everybody. Welcome to the Salty World Podcast. Today is Valentine's Day 2022. And originally, I was just going to talk about Everfest today. I just opened 200 boxes. I really enjoyed it. I was going to talk about the meta a little bit and some other aspects. Maybe James White is going to talk about FatFace 2.0. But before I start, I want to talk about some really exciting news that happened today. It was totally unexpected. So there was a preview video a few days ago, Avengers-like, really cool. It had Saint, Rudy, Chris Sayers, Sloop Dupe, Flugbox, and Tall Timmy. They're all like Avenger-like, really badass looking, and it's supposed to be like a Valentine's Day special. I'm like, all right, well, that's really cool. I had no idea what to expect. And then at 3 p.m. today, I had to make sure to check YouTube out, and I was not disappointed. So a Valentine's Day special, a year in the planning. Uh, Saint got 100 cards graded of Pink Snatch. And, there's been a long meme of Pink Snatch. It's pretty funny. Not everyone appreciates it as much as they should. But Saint graded 100 Pink Snatches. Well, there's some blues and yellows. You got to appreciate them all. But mostly the pinks. And he had a few 10s in there, 9.5s and all that. And he had a lot of cool cameos. And even Rudy was on it too. So it was a really awesome experience. I highly recommend you check out Fable Hunters, watch his Pink Snatch video. Enjoy it. Guys, it's good humor. Don't be sad. But nonetheless, let's talk about Everfest because, it just came out 2 weeks ago. And I haven't really talked too much about it since the preview before it came out. So I opened 200 boxes of it. I absolutely loved it. And I wasn't originally going to open 200 boxes. I got a friend, goes by Cold Foil Heroes. He has an online shop, TCG player, and all that stuff like that. And I originally opened, I think, 30 cases of Everfest. And then he's texted me. He's like, hey, I opened 50 cases. It's like, you're not going to let me outdo you, right? It's like, well, I don't know, man. 30 cases is quite a bit. I have to sort all these cards. He's like, I've never opened more cases than you before. You got to at least match or beat me. I'm like, all right, it's on. So I matched him 50 cases each. So me and him did it. And if you go to my Discord, he has his post in there too if you guys want more data and all that. So go to Salty World Discord. Links in the YouTube description. We chat about stuff there too. It's just Flesh and Blood only. So if you talk about anything about Flesh and Blood, I'll let you guys know to keep it on focus because, this is not a shilling Discord. I love Flesh and Blood, and I'm just going to talk about Flesh and Blood. Nonetheless, though, is I matched them. I enjoyed it. And if you go like 2 or 3 videos back, I show you my pools. To sum up, though, I had 6 fables out of it and a lot of other stuff. It was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. So once I did that, I'm like, hey, I have a lot of cards now. What am I going to do? Well, I filled up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5K boxes with just my commons. And I filled up one 5K box with just my rares. I usually don't do this. I have not done it with Monarch. I have not done it with Tails. Hell, I need to do it with Crucible War and my older sets too. But this one, I'm sorting my Rainbow Foil commons and rares. I always sort my Majestics, all that, non-foil Majestics. But the reason why I'm doing that is I had a friend who had an Alpha box. And he's like, hey, I want 3 common Rainbow Foils. I want 3 rare Rainbow Foils. I want 3 everything. So I said, okay, I could do that, just not the Majestics. I think the Majestics are completely undervalued right now. But I was like, I could do all that. Add all the prices up. I was like, hey, that's pretty fair trade. So 3 of everything except for the cold foil Majestics. And so we did a trade. But when I do not trade them, I'm like, oh shit. Now I got to sort these common Rainbow Foils and rare Rainbow Foils. So I spent the last few days just sorting those. I'm kind of slow, so who cares? But it's been a really good experience. So now I'm sorting these. I'm like, oh, well, maybe when I'm done with this, I'll go back to Tails, Monarch, Crucible War. I'm like, oh, fuck. I still bought like a few thousand Rainbow Foils from WTR and Arc I haven't sorted. I'm like, all right, I'm going to start sorting. Really enjoying it. Also, what I usually don't do is I usually want to keep my Majestics. I usually do everything for long-term holds, right? Because I want to, open the experience. I want to keep my cards. I want to store them. I usually don't sell unless it's like a local or whatnot to get stuff. But I was like, I have a lot of non-foil Majestics and Rainbow Foil Majestics. So if you go on TCG Player, you'll probably see me posting some cards on there. You got the new season coming out, and I'm doing a lot of purchasing right now with some of my old contacts. I'm like, yeah, maybe some cash flow will be nice. So if you go on TCG Player, you'll see me posting some stuff. Sometimes I'm cheapest, sometimes I'm not. But people are like, hey Mike, why are you the cheapest person on a TCG player? I'm like, hey guys, I have a non-foil Majestic. If you need it, it's on there. I'm not going to try to price it to the moon. If the price goes up, it goes up. I sell 30 at a time. Some people will post like 40 in there at a time. You might get bought out. But if somebody fucking complains about getting bought out ever, it's fucking on them, right? If you post your whole inventory online and you get bought out and it's like $5, now it's $20 next day, that's on you. You made a mistake. You did it. You accepted the price you put online. That's what it is. So usually I recommend as you do 3 at a time, prevents people buying out. Hell, I bought out stores before in the past, and they've all been cool about it because they put all the inventory online. So if you ever do a buyout, you buy it all at once. Nonetheless, though, is recently I haven't really bought too much more. I did a big purchase I think 2 weeks ago. I forgot about. Well, it just came in the mail, so I'll do a video like a week or so about it. Okay, so I still buy stuff. I forget when I buy it. It comes in, comes not, whatnot. But let's go ahead and talk about Everfest now. So Everfest has been out 2 weeks, and everyone's complaining like, oh, the EV is like $60, $50. I'm like, how did you guys come up with that estimated value? You're like, oh, well, we're saying all the Majestics are like $3 to $5. I'm like, okay, so you guys haven't done any research and you complain about EV, and it's been out for a week. Okay, boxes are selling for MAP when it first came out. Well, I think it's kind of short-sighted on the stores to sell it that much, but people need money, they need money, so you're selling it. I mean, Tales of Aria started at like 130, 150 when it came out, and now it went back to 80, now it's like 90, whatever. Channel Fireball dumped all their inventory online. Things happen. So now everyone's like, oh, let's go map, let's go map, let's go map. Great. I bought a lot of boxes and cases of, Everfest. It was good for me. But we have a lot of uncertainty right now. We have ProQuest coming out, and it looks like people are buying the cards. They need cards for ProQuest. Viserai, Illusionist, Guardian, the new Stravo, super popular. People are buying the Majestics up like crazy. Ninja, everything. So the cards are really popular. People are complaining like, oh my god, I don't want a potion, I don't want a trinket and all that. I'm like, if you're going to be upset you pulled a cold foil trinket or whatever, you need to fucking reevaluate your life. We've had cold foil commons forever, and there's been shitty equipment. What was there's like runaway shoes in Tales of Aria? Yeah, maybe you got upset if you pulled it, but whatever. You don't play all that stuff, but it looks cool. I mean, a lot of these cards are just really collectible. And a lot of these cards will be playable in the future. This game has a non-rotating format. I already see some potions and trinkets being used in chain, whatever. So it's easy to complain, but if you bitch too much, you lose a lot of credibility. That's all I'm going to say. And I really am going to tune you out. So I think it's good to be positive. And you know what? If I pull a trinket, I'm like, hey, it looks cool. I mean, Potion Deja Vu looks really badass. The Healing Potion looks cool. And there's some other potions I'm just always happy to pull. But will I prefer Cold Foil Majestic or Legendary? Yes. But I think everybody would. And talking about legendaries is you have the Palm of Silver Hands or whatever it's called. That card is very, very cheap right now. I think it's very undervalued. I'm not buying them out, so I'm not pumping my own whatever purchases, whatnot. I already have my palms from what I opened, what I bought like a few weeks ago. But they're $50 each right now. So is it a good card? I have no idea. Does it look cool? Yeah. Can it be used in PvE in the future? Sure, maybe. There's not an adult merchant yet. There probably will be, I would think. We got 2 young ones now. Um, but who knows? I'm not going to tell you it's going to go up or down, but I think $50 is cheap for a Cold Foil Legendary. So if you want some Cold Foil Legendaries, I think now's the time to buy it. I think it's a pretty cool card. Same thing too is if you think something's cheap, buy it. Now, we have a lot of uncertainty right now because James White made an announcement that Fab Phase 2.0 is coming out. So what we do know is Everfest is out of print, which pretty much every first edition so far has been out of print since it's come out. But it's out of print, but we don't have any indication of Unlimited. Now, you hear people saying, oh, these places are taking pre-orders for Unlimited or taking numbers for Unlimited. Does it mean we have it? Yes or no? Who knows? People claiming they know it's coming out. I think they're full of shit. I mean, I don't think there's any announcement on fabtcg.com about it. So my best answer right now is wait for James to make a fucking announcement before come up with solutions saying that everything's going to happen. I have no idea. So let's just wait for James to make his announcement. Fab Phase 2.0. They're going to change their approach on things. Will there be Unlimited in the future? Maybe. Maybe no. Maybe yes. I don't know. No one knows, but we're going to find out really soon. So with that in mind, though, is if there's no Everfest Unlimited, it's going to drive market up like crazy. I mean, people are already doing buyouts, quite a bit of buyouts. Like I had like tons of my stuff bought out the other day, and I had to relist it, and I had a lot of things I had to ship out. It's pretty interesting. I'm usually on the side getting buyouts. Now I'm getting bought out, so it's pretty cool. So the set's really fun. So let's talk about ProQuest a little bit, though. We don't always talk about purchasing and all that stuff. ProQuest is starting. I think the first event we have coming up is, at least for Seattle area, we got Saturday coming up at Bill's. Um, and trying to figure out what I was going to play. I was like, oh, well, everyone's playing Viscerai. Maybe I'll do Viscerai. I mean, he's a cool looking guy, dark little evil dude. And then you had Stravo. Again, I've never been a fan of Bravo myself, so I was like, I'm not going to convert now. I think he looks really cool, but if everyone wants to play Viscerai and Stravo, I was like, oh, maybe I'll play Prism. But if I play Illusionist, I want to go to Aura build, and I just feel like I need a new Illusionist before I get sold onto it. Again, Angels are cool. Not my thing so much, but it's cool. But I would like to do all the auras, all these crazy wide attacks. Yeah, I like Ninja. I like going wide. So with that in mind, I was playing against Strava the other day. I was playing Viscerai, just trying to learn these decks. I'm like, and I play against Chain. I'm like, I think Katsu still has a chance. Maybe he's not like S grade. Maybe he's not A, but I think he's a B plus. And I have a year experience playing Katsu. If I play a Viscerai next week in the Pro Quest coming up, I'm gonna have very little rounds in the game. I'm gonna be a little clunky. I might run out of time. That's not how I want to play. So this Saturday, my first Pro Quest, I'm gonna play as a Katsu. I replaced the head jabs, red and blues. I replaced the fluster fist blue. So I got 600 wins, and I got 3 of the Winds of Eternity. Those are my main changes. There'll be some more. I mean, obviously the plunder run's gone, so there's a few other options I got in there, and I'm gonna explore it and have fun. Now, sometimes people get upset when you play a too competitive environment. So we have these local armories where you do blitz, you do construct and all that. And some people have been like a little disappointed lately because they're playing against some really competitive players in the armory for constructed. They're used to playing blitz and all that, and caused quite a big discussion in our Seattle group. It was very interesting. I don't have too much to weigh on it. The guy's really awesome, really cool dude. So I understand his concerns. But I think right now in your local armories, keep in mind is a lot of people are practicing for ProQuest. And if you're practicing for ProQuest, you're going to get extremely competitive environments. So just be cool to your opponents. I understand right now the next few weeks might be super ultra competitive. But keep in mind in the future is like go to events where you think it's going to be like a learning event for you. Or you can even talk to the person you're playing against beforehand, saying, hey, I'm trying to learn constructed right now. I'm a little new. Here's my deck. Here's my sideboard. Can you maybe give me some tips before we play? And those people will probably help you out. So there's a lot of options, a lot of resources available. So make sure you take advantage of it. They'll be turned off by the ultra competitive nature of it. I'll talk about competitive nature is recently started a team in Seattle. It's called Seattle Salts. Working on our playmat and all that. And I'm going to get some jerseys, either shirts or whatnot. So next time we go to a calling or a major event, look out for the cool Seattle Salt team who's going to try to take on the world. Nonetheless, though, is there's a lot going on, a lot to enjoy. Everfest is awesome. It's a really good set. I think it's time to really just enjoy things. The fab market's been a little slow for a little bit, but I've been using this time to buy up what I wanted, and I'm buying up a lot. I think Monarch entails print run numbers are going to be lower than everyone thinks. It's my speculation, and I'm betting on that speculation, so I keep buying. Even if it's higher, well, I'm in it for the long term. So again, I bought the Phantasmal Footsteps, Valiant Dynamite, Dynamos. I did a video on that. Just the quality I got overall is pretty good. You got the Atari Sabers, buy more of those. And then recently I did a major buy from another foreign contact. I'll post a video on that in a few days. Pretty cool mail day. You guys are being pretty impressed with it. I was. Sometimes you come up with really cool deals that you're not expecting. You're going to enjoy it. Now, with that in mind though is there's a lot to buy. There's a lot to collect and all that. But what's interesting though is some of these unlimited cards from Arcane Horizon that you wouldn't expect to go in price are going up. Mordred Tide was I think $5 like a month or two ago. And I think it's going for like $20, $30. This is unlimited non-foil, by the way. and then some Crucible War cards that help out Viserai get up in value. So it's interesting to see how new sets come out. People start remembering the older cards. So never forget the fact that this game is non-rotating. Your cards retain value. They gain value. They go up, they go down as they're needed. So keep that in mind. Keep your collection. Think the big picture. This game's a ton of fun. And if Katsu doesn't work out for me, whatever his pro quest, maybe I'll try him one or two. There's a lot of events coming up. Maybe I'll try out Viserai. But you have a lot of options to play as, lots of decks to build, lots of things to try out. It's easy to bitch, and if I were to bitch, I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not a fan of the Katsu's new combo line. But maybe it wasn't meant for Katsu. Maybe it's meant for Benji. So I really like my old Katsu deck. I took the Nats in Vegas calling last year, and I made modifications to it. I'm going to try it for this ProQuest season. If I don't make it to the tournament in May, I'm going to go anyways. I'm going to play in the calling or support my team that goes out there. I have lots of friends in the Fab community that I only get to see at big events. So there's a lot to look forward this year. We have a new set coming out in June. That's only like 4 months, 3.5 months away. I'm really excited about 2022. Lots of good things to happen. Again, Saint, thanks for that awesome video today. Pink Snatch on Valentine's Day. What else can you ask for? So, guys, have a great day. Keep building your decks. Keep getting your collections going. Really look at what Fab is in for you. What are you getting out of it? And just enjoy life. Have a good time. Don't be a negative Nancy.